here with Hilliard Homes. I'm here today with David Kraus of Kraus Title. We're at his awesome office down here in downtown Ocean Springs. Even if you don't have anything real estate related, I recommend you stop by and say, hey, his office is beautiful. He's done a great job designing it. But we're here because so many of you ask, what goes into the title process? Like, what does that mean? Where are we going? We're going to a closing and buying a house. Well, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and you may hear us talk about closing cost. You might hear us talk about a title search, but what is all that? What does it do? So that's why we're here today, to talk to David about that. So a title attorney, is a neutral third party. They handle the sale for the buyer and seller, and they're neutral. So they can stand back and look at it from, an opinion without looking at, oh, I want to be on this side, I want to be on that side. So, David.
Yes, Richard.
What goes into title work? What do you do?
It's funny because before I got into the business, I had no clue either. I thought, it's stupid. Why do you need to have a mediator between the realtor and the buyer and the seller, right? Mm-hmm. And then I found out. So my wife partner and I, Michelle, run Kraus Title, and it always starts with a contract. We get a contract. Or if it's a refinance, that's a little different, but we're talking about the realty end of it. So we get a contract from someone like Richard and Rebecca, and from there we pull data, we start our file. Second step is to get a title abstract, sometimes called a title search. That's where we get our person, depending on which county it is, and they go back 32 years on your particular purchase or sale, and they see if there's any problems. 32 years back on the land records. And if there's a problem, that's usually where I come in. Michelle doesn't really bother me, I shouldn't say bother, consult with me, unless there's a legal issue with that. So, it could be someone died and they had heirs and we're not sure if they transferred title properly. But it's our job to make sure that when you get to the closing table, everything's in line. We work with the realtors, we work with the lenders, the buyers, the sellers, the title abstractor, sometimes other attorneys, depending on if they had a hand in a prior buyer sale, to make sure by the time you get down to our table downstairs that you're ready to go and you have a pleasant closing experience. In a nutshell.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So can you tell me a little bit about, so we talk with our clients about closing costs. This is what your closing costs are. Can you tell me a little bit about what those fees entail?
I can, and they're specific to the closing. Some will occur regardless. Like there's always prep fees for getting all the documentation ready, and you would be amazed until you come to closing. You don't realize how many documents we have to deal with. As we speak, my partner wife is shuffling documents over in the corner over there. So a lender file, if it's a FHA loan, for instance, it may involve 60 documents. And we have to make sure all those documents are right. We have to make sure the numbers are correct. The people are right. We have to make sure that the deeds have the correct names on them. She coordinates up till closing, from the time we get the file till closing, with lenders and realtors like Richard and Rebecca, the purchaser, the seller, sometimes the SBA if there's any other liens, all these myriad of people to prepare the document. So there's a document prep fee. There's an attorney fee, which is me for handling the closing and the legal issues involved. Title insurance, if you have a lender, you're going to be required to get title insurance to the lender, and you also have the choice to get your own title insurance. And it depends on the situation. We'll advise you on that. But you have title insurance, which is part of your closing fees. You've got the lender fees, which involve potentially points if you're buying down your loans, appraisal, home inspection fees. You have the taxes, which are prorated between the buyer and the seller. All these different fees go into closing. So it looks like, if you look at it, you're like, oh, this is a lot. But if we start breaking it down, there's a basis for each fee that's never pleasant, because I don't want you to pay any more for your house or lose any more in selling your house than you have to. But there's a basis for all the fees that goes into closing.
Well, that's great. I appreciate you telling me all that. I know that other people appreciate seeing that and kind of know what goes on behind the scenes, where I'm not just giving, my bank, I'm not giving the title attorney, I'm not just giving them money,
No, sir.
They're doing work for it, I promise, guys. But I will tell you, one of the great things about closing here with David is that all of that stuff he just talked about, you will have no clue that it's happened. When you walk in his office, it is a great experience from start to finish.
Thank you.
David wants to make sure that this is a fun experience. It shouldn't be, let me sign this paperwork. You're buying a house. It's one of the biggest purchases of your life. And if you're selling a house, you're probably moving on to a bigger and better one. So it is a great process here. I love closing here. We love bringing our clients here. We have nothing but great feedback. To you other agents watching this video, I highly recommend you stop by and just talk with this man. Look at his office downstairs. You will be amazed. He does some cool things for your clients. And I appreciate you guys watching our video. If you have any questions, David's information will be in the link below this post. And you can call him. You can, not down there, David. You can call him, you can call me, and we'll get this set up. I appreciate you guys joining us for another episode of Expert Insights, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Have a good one.